Hi, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for joining me today for another yoga flow. Today's yoga flow is my first yoga flow back. The videos that you have been watching have been pre-filmed, so we're back at it. You may notice my new tattoo. It's lovely, and it's been really nice to take a little bit of a break. I got my 500 hour, thank you so much, and I have graduation next month, so very exciting. Videos are going to change up a little bit, as you can probably tell by the title of the video. We're doing a 5-minute flow today, because I feel like you need that. I know I do. So this is my 5-minute go-to flow when I am super busy and I have time to flow in the morning, afternoon, or right before I kind of crawl into bed. So full body, super simple, beginner level, no props needed. We're going to start in our tabletop. I get super close to the camera when I do that, don't I? Okay. So starting out with our hands about shoulder width apart, pressing away from the mat, fingers curled slightly, shoulders over elbows, over wrists as we're in our tabletop, hips over knees. Just again, standard position to start, and then we're going to take cat-cow. So dropping the belly, ooh, I did abs yesterday, I can feel that. Lifting the gaze, big breath in. Exhale, round to contract, good. Now if you want to add a little bit of flair to this, as you drop the belly and inhale, you can lean back to get more into those upper abdominals. And then as you exhale to round and contract, you can bring it forward just a little bit, get into that upper back just a little bit more, okay? So about 5 more here. At whatever rate, pace, or modification you'd like to go. Don't feel like you need to do exactly what I am doing either. That's the beauty of this practice, despite what social media may tell us. Yoga is your practice, not anyone else's, so it's totally perfect for it to look different than other people's. One last round, drop the belly, big breath in, exhale, round and contract. Good. We're going to go ahead and get started, keeping our hands about shoulder width distance apart. Right foot is just going to step in between the hands. Now, you don't need blocks for this practice. However, if you use blocks normally, you can of course get them out this time. Right foot in between the hands, we are going to melt into that left hip. You can even come up onto your fingertips a little bit to give that spine a little height. Staring directly ahead of us, again melting into that left hip flexor. Back left toes and foot is untucked, so the top is pressed to the top of the mat. Breathe here. Really feeling that left thigh lengthening and stretching. Good. Before we send it back, let's tuck the back toes, and then we're going to shoot the hips back, trying to keep this left hip over this left knee as we straighten through this right foot to then flex through the right toes. So hands, again, framing the foot. You can then, if you are able to, on the exhale, lower yourself down to this leg. That's really going to deepen the stretch in the back side of this right leg. Little bit of a deeper stretch here. And these half splits, I was looking for the name. If you couldn't tell, I couldn't find it. And it's okay to round your back here if you'd like. We're really trying to emphasize the stretch on the back leg. Very good. Inhale, come back to that starting posture. Left hand is flush to the mat. Left foot is going to tuck or stay tucked, and then lift the back left foot or left knee. Right hand comes up to the sky. You can also feel free to bring this hand behind the back as well, glancing upwards towards that right hand if you are able to. Good. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Turn the left foot so the toes are facing the long edge of the mat, and this right foot you're just going to send it back, lower it down to the mat so the foot is in towards your left upper thigh. You're going to flex your left foot, inhale, hands up, exhale, left hand reaches for left foot, hold here, reaching up and over, trying not to collapse in the shoulders or the chest. Good. Inhale, windshield wiper, no, windmill. Back to the top of the mat, and then you can just go ahead, step it to our first downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna hold here for just a couple breaths, so you have a couple options. You can keep your first downward facing dogs, again pressing away from the top of the mat with the hands. Chest is arched towards the toes, hips are lifted and lengthened up to the sky. If your heels aren't reaching the mat, that's okay. Take a nice deep breath in as you move forward into a plank. If you'd like, you can also hold just downward dog. Exhale, lower to the bottom of the mat, untuck, press up, cobra. All the way back down to the mat, tuck the toes and lift. Downward facing dog. Exhale to tabletop, sequence on the other side. So left foot in between. We're gonna go a little bit faster this time. We don't need the explanations, but I will still do them anyway. Okay, so we're going to send that back foot a little back further if you'd like. Melt into that right hip. Come on up onto those fingertips. Low lunge here. Breathe. Acknowledging yourself. Forgiving yourself just a little bit of movement and time throughout a busy day. Taking time for yourself. Super important. Good. Tuck that back foot. Square at the hips. Send the hips back. Flex the toes. Straighten that left leg, and then if you can, melt down slightly from the chest to the knee. Get that beautiful stretch in the bottom of the leg in the half splits posture. Adjust as you need, make little movements. Good. Inhale, come back. Hands are back to the mat. We're in a runner's lunge here. Right hand stays in the mat. Left hand comes up to the sky, looking up at our left hand if we are able to. Knee always over the ankle. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. Good. Exhale, windshield wiper, windmill. Dang. That one down. Turn the right toes, face the long edge of the mat. Bring that foot so it's facing the right innermost corner of your upper thigh. Hands come up. Exhale, right hand reaches for your flexed foot. You can also use a strap or blocks here. And again, try to stack one shoulder on top of the other, not caving in through the chest. Good. Windmill up. I did it. And then step that left leg to downward facing dog. Let's take a flow, or you can just hold downward dog. As you inhale, come into high plank. Exhale all the way down, untuck and lift. Exhale back to the mat, tuck the toes, lift to your downward facing dog. And then exhale, knees to the mat, big toes touch, child's pose. You can come as wide or as narrow as you'd like in this child's pose. And as acknowledgement and celebration of the work we've done today, I'll invite you to use your hands that are towards the top of the mat and clap for yourself. Yay, you did it. Feel free to stay in this child's pose for as long as you like. However, I'm going to end the class by seating up. Taking a nice deep breath in the nose, out the mouth. Very good. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Imagine everything that you've created for yourself today in hands. Exhale all that down to heart center, where we know it never leaves. As we bow forward, namaste, acknowledging that our practice is done and can never be undone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's flow. I will be posting every Wednesday and Thursday, or every Thursday and Friday. We're figuring it out, but at the end of the week, 2 videos for you. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Bye.